I am mad with Payday 3. Payday 3 released quite recently, the 21st of September, and that's when tragedy struck. But before that, let's talk a bit about the game. 3 days before was the release for those who pre-ordered the Silver and Gold edition, so I got to play it earlier than some. Game was fun, movement is amazing, and Joy is pretty cool now.
I killed Captain America!
Honestly, the skills are a thing that took me a while to understand, with Grid, Edge and Rush being a new thing instead of the old 500% damage or whatever we had on Payday 2. But they are a thing now, and in my opinion, it's not an improvement, but it's also not a bad thing. They are also releasing new skills as the game progresses, and whether they are paid DLC or free is out of my knowledge, but sounds cool. Weapons and masks are lacking on amount. We don't have as many as in Payday 2, and what's worse, we don't have glasses. With weapons, even though we may not have as many, it's a fresh new touch that, to unlock their attachments, you actually have to use them. It's a good thing, but that also means that all the new weapons will have the iron sight and maybe a silencer the moment you buy them. There's also the preset guns and masks, this being kind of unique as the weapons have attachments and skins you cannot change, and the masks have color or patterns you can't obtain otherwise. Also, the fact that we have the main heister's mask have been plain white and not colored as we had in Payday 2 is a thing, I guess. At least we have Dallas after getting hit with a brick. The story so far goes as follows. Our beloved heisters had an attempt on their lives, so they were contacted by Shade, an old Bane and Dallas contact that's ready to help them, as she owes a favor to Bane. Unfortunately, the only ones she was able to contact were the 4 original heisters, Dallas, Chains, Wolf and Hoxton. And she also got Joy, which is pretty cool for once. Meaning that the rest are either dead or hiding, incapable of replying. I miss Funny Chicken Man. Later on, she introduces a new heister, Pearl, an expert infiltrator and con artist, also a certified ass kicker according to her. Now, being penniless, naked and afraid, the heisters are in New York, and they'll have to use their old contacts and some new ones to get back on track and get their revenge. The new design for our heisters is pretty cool, for example how Wolf is now wearing cable ties in his arms, Hoxton with a new haircut and with a pristine new look, or Joy finally ditching the unmatching shoes, rocking a new outfit, making her look like less of a gamer and more like someone who stops counting points whenever she kills someone. Also, you can just look how massive Chains is, like, look at him, he's fucking huge! In the heist side, we have 8, while 2 had 12 on release. The new heists are basically Bank Heist, Scored Mission where I personally die a lot, Jewelry Store, Nightclub Remastered, Art Gallery on steroids, slightly smaller Big Bang, 99 Ways to Suffer, and the most beautiful heist ever, Touch the Sky. If you're not getting surrounded by SWAT units. Gameplay still goes hard, but this time with how armor works, you have to think your next move, whether it's actually moving, shooting at the cops, or praying they don't come and start bullying you for your poor career decisions. Speaking of that, the new enemies are cool. Kuluker is still one scary motherfucker, but the other units receive some changes. We now have naders, which throw gas that slows you and damages your health directly, making them good at keeping you in one same spot or forcing you to move. You can shoot their belts to stun them and nearby enemies. Zappers are the new tasers. Shooting their hip makes them electrocute themselves as well as nearby enemies, leaving you with enough time to kill them. Snipers have been improved, now they won't quickscope you the moment you leave cover. They still deal a lot of damage, which makes sense, so we're okay with that. Shields now provide cover, so the rest of the cops stay behind them. You can break their glass thing, leaving them with a weak spot, so you can shoot them. And the bulldozer was done being made fun of, so he got a new armor and a new moveset. From kicking to charging like a bull while keeping the shit talk we all love. All of that while carrying the deadliest shotgun known to man. The improvement to the heist is great, such as the new QR code mechanic, red and blue keycards, choking guards and stealth, and the fact that if you restart a heist, everything stays the same, from spawns to codes. Speaking of that, stealth is highly recommended, at least to try, because cops now are way deadlier, And if you can get a few objectives done before the assault begins, that's great. You can technically complete heists without ever putting your mask on, just check this out. Let's ignore the fact that fall damage forces you to mask, but if that didn't happen, it would have been the perfect heist. The new hostages mechanic is pretty cool. You can trade them before the assault begins to win some time, or between assaults so that they can poop first aid kits to heal yourself or teammates. Cops will act different if hostages are around. For example, they won't be using shotguns, or naders will throw flash grenades instead. Hostages have another use. They can be your personal human shield. This will make so cops won't shoot you from the front, but will leave all your other sides defenseless. You can shoot the cops while using them as shield, but that means that they have to be put away first, leaving you open for shots. One thing I don't like that much is that it doesn't have as much variety as Payday 2. What I mean is that the biggest change is the spawn locations of things. That's it. In Payday 2, for example, we had a wide variety of things that will happen in a heist. Take Go Bank for example. There's a 3% chance of a gensec truck spawning, the chance of the vault is already open when you get there, or while doing stealth, someone calls you for a part of the loot, or they'll call the cops. That kind of variety is lacking in Payday 3. We no longer have offshore money and money to spend, we just have money. With it, we buy the usual thing: weapons, attachments, masks, suits, slots, favors, and CS tags. CS tags are the in-game premium currency that lets you buy weapons, gloves, and charms. The problem is, how long will it take so you can buy them with real money? Leveling up is a problem on its own. There's no experience as there was in 2. Now we have challenges to complete, and the more you complete, the faster you level up. Some of them are complete a heist in hard or above X amount of times. Others are just kill enemies with this weapon. Thing is, there's a chance of completing a heist and not getting any experience, or barely getting any, being that only a waste of time. That's basically Payday 3 so far, but now it's time to talk about why I am mad with it. I am mad because the game is good, and I can't play it. This game is great and I love it. It's amazing! But the servers just suck, and I understand how frustrating it is for both the players and the developers. But I don't know how many heisters, fist emoji, face with sunglasses emoji, I can take before I might lose it. I'm surprised they haven't posted an apology in the likes of Cyberpunk or Jedi Survivors. Dear heisters, fist and sunglasses emoji. We are aware of the server conditions and we are working on it. We know how much you wanted an offline mode because this could happen. And we didn't listen because we want to provide a way for our heisters to not cheat and stuff. The real heist was in your wallets. Anyways, time to play Road Rage for the 47th time today, heisters, the Payday team. That's also a thing, no offline mode. And even if I wanted to play a private match, I have to wait a while to make a lobby. That's just dumb. Things have improved since launch. For example, you can actually play games now. Before, it was a lobby screen simulator and matchmaking error screened constantly, and now you can find games. Whether it's with people or not is still to be decided. The game needs improvements in the matchmaking scene, and that's something everyone agrees on, even the developers. So please, give us an offline mode and Funny Chicken Man as compensation. But with all, even if servers suck, getting into a game is great. Shooting cops never felt so good, and the PTSD Cloakers gave me with 2 is now extended to every type of enemy. I like the new added challenge, how hard feels hard and how overkill is a challenge where you must be prepared or you'll die. Teamwork has never been so important as it is now in Payday 3, so the only thing this game needs is some polishing and... Never mind, this game sucks, I hate it here! Hi, hello, it's me, the guy that just made the video you just watched. Turns out that while I was doing the video, they posted this news the 2nd of October. Today is the 3rd of October, so they just posted yesterday and I missed it. They were talking about how they have improved the servers due to the maintenance that happened the 26th and 29th here. All of this. Um, and now that we are at it, they talk about how Payday 3 has had a peak of concurrent players of 124,254, which is a lot and some good news, meaning that the servers are better and more stable than they were before. So we take that. And also now that we are just at it, they also talk about the next upcoming updates that we'll get. So from October, this month, we'll get some quality of life improvements. Then in both October and November, we'll get more quality of life and new functionalities and new content. Perfect. And finally, for this winter, we can expect the first DLC syntax error. So that's everything I have to say. That's it.
Goodbye.